Good morning, everybody. This is Khadija, Madame Khadija Higazi, and I am presently in the ancient city of Bastet. I am in the sacred place of the goddess Bastet, and we will be speaking more about her in a moment. Good morning. We're speaking to you from the ancient ruins of the temple of Bastet. We're in the city of Bastet, and we're in the ruins of the temple of Bastet. This is my husband. See, I think, oh, he went around the corner. All right. Good morning, Dr. Higazi.
Good morning.
Dr. Higazi was the director of this entire area at one time. And
Thank you.
And he knows a great deal about the area, and we will be interviewing him. And fortunately, I married him, which is the greatest decision I ever made. And so he will be discussing with you some of the points about the Bastet. Now I'm going to give you an overall look at the temple ruins, and this is why we are needed. This is all that's left of her holy and most beautiful temple. And you can see that it is nothing but a pile of rocks with a big bridge. The idea is to plant a huge eucalyptus all the way down where they will grow up and cover that bridge. You won't hear it and you won't see it. Retaining wall all around. Now you can see this is apparently the Holy of Holies. Part of the stones are still standing. I'll be down there in a second to show it to you. And over here, Bastet was actually a very large city. Its history goes all the way back to the 4th dynasty. We have found some things here with Khufu and Khafra's name. There is a wonderful there's a wonderful little temple here that's in ruins, which was built by the pharaoh Pepi in the 6th dynasty. You're looking at Queen Tiye, more about her later. And this is the beautiful museum, and this is the offices of the inspectorate. Everything is brand new and built to look like ancient Egypt. It's a wonderful place, and now we shall sit down for an interview, an on-depth interview with Dr. Higazi. I'm back, and I'm going to be interviewing Hisham and Dr. Higazi, and they are going to be talking about what we're planning to do here. So I give you Dr. Higazi. Dr. Higazi, how many years did you work here?
Yeah, I have worked here 7 years as the director of the area and 2 years as the director for the establishment of the Museum of Bastet.
In other words, the museum was your idea.
Yes.
And how difficult was that to get through the Department of Antiquities?
Yes, it was already, it was so funny.
Tell us.
We don't have any budget in order to build the museum. And for that, I went to the governor at this time and I told him, please, we need to have a museum here. And he said, Said, what shall I do? I told him, I wrote this letter, and please, sir, sign it and send it to the Minister of Culture, Farouk Hosni. And he did that. After 1 week, Dr. Zahi Hawass sent for us 10 million Egyptian pounds for building the museum.
Oh, hoorah.
And that was my last trick.
That's wonderful.
Yes.
I have been in this museum, and it's absolutely gorgeous.
Yes.
It's new, and I will take you in. I'm going to only show you a few things to whet your appetite, because I want you to come to Egypt, and I want to be your hostess with my husband, Dr. Higazi, aboard the beautiful Dahabeya Lady Bastet. And she was named Lady Bastet because we are endeavoring to raise the temple again here to her glory. And tell me something, Dr. Higazi. Tell us about Bastet, the goddess.
You know, Khadija, Bastet was already the goddess of love, the goddess of healing, and she was, and the goddess of passion, who is always going with the people, and she was also a lovely mother.
So she's the gentle aspect of the great goddess Sekhmet, right?
Yes, yes.
So when Sekhmet is the goddess of war or the goddess of pestilence or the goddess of destruction, Bastet is her gentle part, the goddess of healing, the goddess of love. Am I right?
Bastet was her other face of passion.
Yes. Do you think, Dr. Higazi, there's a possibility that this great city of Bubastes, which was quite large in ancient times, was actually a healing place, maybe?
Yes.
Were doctors, maybe there were medical schools here because of Bastet being the goddess of healing, and it is called she of the ointment jar. That is what it says in the glyphs. Now,
Sure, Khadija.
yes, do you think the ointment jar is medicine?
Sure, Khadija. And you have to know that Bubastis was the capital of Egypt in 22nd and 23rd dynasty.
And who was the pharaohs then?
That the one of the best pharaohs at this time, it is Oserkon the Great, who built most of the temple here.
Orsagon the first or Orsagon
The second.
Orsagon the second. Okay.
For he wants to imitate himself, looks like Ramses II, and he took most of the epithets of Ramses II. The problem is of the archaeology in Egypt that the Egyptians doesn't have the mentality how to preserve these things now. For example, when we discovered the things in Luxor Temple,
Yes.
they want to bring all the statues to Cairo Museum.
Yes, this is
Why?
the famous, let me explain to the people.
The-
This is the famous cachette which was found in the Temple of Luxor when they were putting down pipes to find out where the groundwater. Am I right?
in the
And they
forecourt
hit something.
of the
Third.
Yes.
The pipes hit something, right? And they dug down and they found, which statue did they find first there?
Yes, we found the first thing, we found a statue base, but we don't know what is that exactly.
Oh, a base with
A
nothing
base,
on it, just
but
a base.
we don't
Uh-huh.
know what it is.
Now, those of you who, excuse me, those of you who come to Egypt with me or with anyone else, this is for everybody, not just for our World Bastet group. If you come to Egypt, you must visit the Luxor the Luxor Museum. They a lot of times they push tourists not to go there because they have such a big schedule, but it's extremely important that you visit this great museum. I will be filming there in about another 2 weeks. What I wanted to explain to you is it has all of these things they found in the beautiful cachette were
In 1989.
1989 okay, tell us what happened then. They wanted to take all the statues and put them in Cairo Museum.
Yes, but when President Mubarak came and he asked it, where do you want to put this? And Mr. Farouk Hosni said, Cairo Museum. But I said immediately, Luxor Museum. Then Mr. Mubarak said, yes, Luxor Museum.
Alhamdulillah.
With this word, they made a new gallery. An Italian person did a new gallery and they put that in Luxor Museum. And Alhamdulillah, they are now in Luxor Museum, 26 well intact statue.
Okay, we'll discuss this when we go to the Luxor Museum, all right?
Yes, we hope
Because
that.
you will be with me and we'll talk to them about how that was while we're looking at these statues.
And you can
But
see.
I want to concentrate on Bubastis now because
Yes,
we are here.
now, I'm speaking about things, how the Egyptians has to be proud with these things. When we build this museum, Egyptian Antiquities Department stayed 9 years.
Sorry, I'm late.
Okay, good. Hello.
Yeah.
This is another very great man.
Mr.
This
Hisham,
is
the
Dr.
director of the
Hisham,
area here now,
director of the-
and my follower here.
and he is
صباح
one of
الفل.
our dearest friends, and he is now the director of this whole area, right?
Yeah.
Like my husband, he has the
Yeah.
same
كم
position.
سنة؟ هيئة الآثار ما
Okay,
بعتتش
now I'll let you go
الآثار
because we are
8
speaking
ولا 9.
together. What do you have to say, Dr. Higazi?
Yeah, you have to know, Khadija, that with my colleagues, we have finished the building of the museum 2009. But Antiquities Department stayed 13 years till they brought the vitrines and the pieces in the museum.
Brought the what?
They stayed 13 years till they
The
brought
statues?
no till they brought all the objects in
Okay, the statues
and
and
the
the-
vitrines and everything.
Yes, uh-huh.
That 13 years.
Okay.
What? Why and why?
Well, I remember when I was here, a lot of things were closed up because they weren't ready and the things were not unpacked and it wasn't ready when I was in the museum. But I did come back and it's absolutely fabulous, which I hope it's open today
Yes.
and that we can go in. All right. Is it open today?
Yes,
Museum?
it's opened, yeah.
And what would
Yes,
you like
yes.
to tell us about what is your passion about Bubastis and about this temple? What are we going to do here?
Oh, we
Can
will,
you tell us?
Yes, the project in simple words, it will turn it from units of Bubastis to a sample for a project.
For the temple,
Yes,
we're going to resurrect
yes,
the
we
temple.
are going to restore the temple as much as we can, and
Yes.
we can give the visitor a simple idea of the temple itself.
Of the beauty and how it
Yes,
was. It is
because
so beautiful here
yes,
anyway.
yes, because it's as you see, it's ruins.
It's huge.
Yes, it's very huge, and ruins everywhere, stones everywhere.
And there's
Nobody,
still a lot
nobody.
of things haven't been
Yes,
excavated here, isn't it?
it was excavated now.
Well, Nabil,
Nabil,
was
yes, Nabil,
Nabil,
18, yes.
Habashi.
Labishi,
Habashi, yes,
Labib
Habashi,
Habashi,
and
also excavated.
Shafi Farid Ahmed Al-Sawi,
Uh-huh.
and
But
Muhammad
no
Ibrahim
one
Bak.
did restoration,
But
No restoration, yes.
yes,
only excavation.
yes, because the importance or most of the efforts of the SCA was going to Said, was going to the temple in
Yes.
Upper Egypt and
Yes, all
pyramids.
the work was at the Valley of the Kings and Karnak and Luxor, so they didn't have a budget or they were not putting the money here, right?
But also the budget in Upper Egypt is also for excavation. For example, no one in the Valley of the Kings or in any other place wants to restore.
Yeah.
Only excavate, and also excavate. For example, in the Valley of the Kings, they took all
Speak
the
slowly.
rubbish and the debris from the tombs. For that, the humidity changed. For that, the tomb is shrinking. For that, the mountain is moving.
Oh yes, remember when Robert Shaw
Yes,
came
yes.
and he said that the mountain is moving?
Yes.
And he said that the
And that's very
frescoes
bad.
are coming away from the walls.
Very bad.
Is that from salt or is that from the movement of the mountain?
The movement of the mountain
Uh-huh.
because they took all the rubbish and the debris outside. For that, that is the
they're uncovered
changing
and
of the weather inside the tombs.
yes, and since they built,
yes.
since
Yeah.
they built, since I heard also that since they built Lake Nasser, it has raised the humidity in
Yes,
Luxor.
yes,
Yeah.
sure.
So it's
sure.
causing a lot of damage to the tombs. So they're spending a lot of money restoring the tombs, right?
And also the groundwater is high now, Khadija.
Yes.
Oh,
But I
higher?
promise you, after we finish this work in the temple here, inshallah, we shall go together with Hisham, inshallah, if we are alive, to work in Karnak temple as I told you.
Yes, I'm not going to say anything.
No, don't say
This
anything.
is a big secret, but it's also
Yes.
a huge project.
Yes, inshallah.
And for that, we need your help.
Yes, inshallah.
We are the international, we are the Team Bastet International, lady. We just want to
Inshallah.
tell you who we are. Our entire program is to raise to do restoration work here. And we are wanting to do restoration, not excavation. This is what we're going to
Yes,
have as our
yes,
theme.
yes.
Restoration, not
Yes.
excavation.
Yes.
We're trying to save Egypt. She's going away.
And you can notice, Khadija, that the German archaeological mission doesn't restore anything in the temple, but the Egyptian team, we shall do it by the help of the whole world,
Inshallah.
inshallah.
Now, are you talking about, you're not talking about Kamel Hatan, that's an exception.
No, that's Komel Hitan, that is something else.
That is
For
where,
Raina Shadelman and Ulrich Sozorian are the best archaeologists and they love Egypt so much.
well, they
But-
are doing a restoration of this temple.
Yeah, but they already created the temple and they have two sponsors. One of them is Mercedes-Benz.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
So they have
they can
yes,
do
they have a very
what they
strong-
want, and they have also the help of the American Research Center.
Hisham,
Yeah.
what do you think about Buzla? Who was the goddess Bastet?
The goddess Bastet is.
Do
one
you
of the
think
most-
she was a beautiful cat?
Yes, she was a beautiful cat, and when she was get angry, she became a lion. Really? Yeah.
Yes,
This
sure.
is this is this is.
Oh,
this is
no, she
because
became
was-
Jasmine.
she was- Yes,
Faces.
she has two faces.
Oh,
One
really?
of them, when she is the beautiful cat.
That's
and-
the truth about cats, by the
Yes.
way, the absolute truth. You can be petting them, and they're purring, and the next minute they bite your hand off.
Yeah.
That's
and,
her.
And Bastet, when she got angry, she became a lioness.
That's the best thing I've ever heard.
Yeah.
What I want to tell you guys is something very important. I'm trying to find the thing here. Hang on just one second, people.